What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Dylan Talks Tone. Welcome to the Tuesday podcast. The Just Gonna Say It podcast. Got an interesting subject today. Follow up to some questions that we had from last week's live stream on Thursday, which I think is pretty cool. And we're just going to talk about a little bit too. Well, if you are easily triggered, you might not like this video. That's all we're going to say. Before we get into it, I just want to say thanks to all my Patreon supporters as well as the YouTube members have hit the little join button down there, patreon.com/Dylan Talks Tone. We have a bunch of cool stuff over there, extra videos, stuff like that, off-topic stuff, as well as a monthly hangout on Zoom that's live. That's pretty fun that you can do. And then also, please make sure you check out the links in the description below, because Dylan Talks Tone is what actually supports the channel. Well, it doesn't support the channel. It makes it to where I can eat because we make pickups. So that's what we really do. That's our real job around here. So thanks to all of that. Thank you for all of that. Sounds like I'm underwater. I don't know why I would. I'm not sure. Let's see. If you have any guitar questions, put them in the deal over here on the right, on this side over here, and put a bunch of question marks in front of them. If you use a super chat, I will notice it more quickly, and I can answer that one right away as we get into this conversation. Looks like everybody... Let's see. Let's just making sure that we've got pretty much everything covered thus far. Let's see. So, we're going to talk a little bit about. Oh yeah, give me a thumbs up too, because it looks like thumbs down Frank has already been here a couple of times. So today I want to talk a little bit more about this. I want to talk a little bit more about this KDH deal from Tuesday. So I'd only seen before Thursday, before last Thursday, I'd only seen maybe 2 or 3 KDH videos. And my first, a long time ago, this was literally like when he first started. And my impression was, yeah, this dude's just whatever. He's just saying whatever to get clicks. And maybe that was true in the beginning. But I have to say, I watched a bunch of his stuff. I went ahead and totally went down this whole rabbit hole. I went down an entire just an entire KDH rabbit hole. Watched tons and tons of his videos. None of his reviews. I don't care about product reviews. Just a bunch of his editorial stuff. Of course, there was a bunch of stuff based on, various news stories and whatever. So, the thing with PV, with the allegations of slave labor, of course, Rob Chapman stuff, of course, this latest thing with Anderton's music and Victory Amps. And I know some of the stuff that he has reported on. And I know that for the most part, the stuff that so let me say, I don't know everything. I don't know about all of the subjects that he has reported on, but I do know about some of them. And I do know that the facts that he alleges to have are the same facts that I say that I have from different sources. The dude does a really good job of investigating stuff. And I think it's really cool. I actually reached out to him the other day and told him I'd like to have him on the podcast because I'd like to talk to him about what he does and how he does it. I like him for one simple fact. He doesn't care what you think. He just goes and finds the stuff and he shares his opinion sometimes and he doesn't care what you think. I don't care what you think. That sounds harsh, but I think there should be more of that. I mean, I'm never mean about it, and I don't think he's mean about it either. Something that people especially in the United States, may not be used to. They over where he lives, he has to deal with UK and European regulations a lot. And what I don't think people realize is that, for example, the stuff that he brought up about the Andertons thing was actually legal. It was not an opinion. It was actually wrong. Lee Anderton should have handled that differently, and he did not. Why we may think where we live that that's a little excessive is because we don't have those laws here. And we just don't. We have them, but they're not the same. So, for example, I own Dylan Talks Tone, and I can just put a thing down in the comments that says Dylan may earn some commissions from some of the links used in this description. That satisfies the Federal Trade Commission thing. Well, apparently, over where he lives, every business relationship needs to be outlined specifically, which is apparently, according to his latest update video, is what they're making Mr. Anderton do. Those are things that we don't have here, and so it's just interesting that because people are uninformed about the way things are done in other parts of the world, people might find it overboard. But I will say that I think what KDH does is a valuable service because he is pointing out stuff that is of concern. The reason he doesn't have a video about me is, one, because I'm not big enough probably, but more importantly too, because I ain't shady. I don't have any shady stuff going on about my business. I don't have anything you can look in my past and be like, oh, you used slave labor to make your pickups. Okay, so I pay my kids, but it's legit. Like whatever, all that stuff. I don't have any shady stuff going on in my business, so he doesn't have anything shady videos about me, and he won't make any because of that. And I think that's but it's really important to know that stuff, in my opinion, because consumer trust is a huge thing. In the 2023s, where we are now, it's the most important thing. It's more important than brand loyalty over a long period of time. It's consumer information is important, and so I'm really, really stoked that he makes these videos. All KDH is trying to do is drag down big guys to build himself up. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. And so here's what we're going to talk about. And you're not going to like this. We'll see how many thumbs down we get, and we'll see how many subscribers we get when I'm done with this. That mentality that we just read right there is what makes me want to quit all of it. Here's the problem, and I'm talking to you. I know that I'm a human being and I have this problem too. So I'm not exempting myself from this. However, once you're self-aware, you can do something about this. Humans in general, but especially guitar players, because of their associated ego and lack of self-awareness and self-esteem issues and whatever else they have as artists or as people who do not have any self-awareness to understand that you are not a guitar player. You own a guitar that hangs on your wall. There is a difference. You have a bunch of fancy guitars. There's nothing wrong with any of this, by the way. You can have a bunch of fancy guitars and hang them on the wall and think they're cool and suck at playing. Totally fine. Don't even care. As long as you like guitar stuff, that's all I care. So there's no right or wrong about this. But you have to know who you are. You're not Eddie Van Halen. You're not Jimi Hendrix. Okay? You're a person in your house, in your bedroom, at home, in your office, in your living room, and you play guitar by yourself. And you see this much of the guitar industry. Okay? Which is News stories on guitar.com, morons on Facebook groups who think they know what they're talking about, but they're just like you and they don't, etc. Right? We all do this. I do it too. You know, I do the same thing with whatever you're looking at is all you see. Okay. The world's a really big place. First of all, let's get a couple of things straight. American guitars are cool because they're cool, but the rest of the world doesn't care where the guitars are made from because they're not from America. The United States doesn't have that big of guitar market, okay? And cheap asses are Americans. If you go to Japan, you can sell a $15,000 guitar pretty easy, okay? The people in Facebook groups, the people in YouTube comments are not reflective of the overall guitar market. 100% end of story, period. Because you go to Europe, you go to England, you go to Australia. Australia less so. They're a little bit more like America. Especially Japan, especially China, and in the Asian countries, they're going to spend as much as you want to. South America too, Brazil, Chile, as much as you want to charge, as long as it's good, they're going to buy it. They're not going to get in the comments and be like, "Oh, I could get a cheaper one because Squires are just as good." They're not going to do that shit. Okay, the rest of the world has a different viewpoint other than what is just this thing that you think you see when you play guitar. And what I really like about KDH is he's not from America. He's from a different country. He's also trying to look at the thing big picture. He's not looking at it as a guitar player who can only see what's on his website in front of him at the time and the news story. He's looking deep. He's looking deep on stuff. When you start doing trademark investigations and you start doing, I mean, he went deep on some of these stories. I looked because I wanted to see what he was actually doing. And I think it's important. And I think YouTube needs more people like him, not less. I think people need way more people that are not afraid to just be like, look, man, you're a complaining ass guitar player. You need to settle down and you need to just play your guitar. Don't worry about all these things. Just play your guitar. Like what you like. Tell me what you like. Tell me why you like it. And let's just play guitar and be friends. Instead of thinking everybody knows everything. And what makes me defensive about this particular subject in general is because you have somebody like KDH or myself who is honestly trying to do this and nobody likes it. Because nobody likes the honesty. Nobody likes the directness of just shut up and play your guitar. Like, guitar marketing is stupid. The way we do guitar marketing, he had a video on that. It was awesome. It was awesome, and I 100% agree with him. He had a whole bunch of videos, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this dude is speaking my language because he's not afraid to A, share his opinion, and B, do the research and find out what's really going on beyond the headline. And I think it's really important. And I just feel like too many guitar players are too egocentrical, care about what. See, here's why. And we see this every day in the comments. We'll go into comments on a YouTube video, and somebody will be like, either butthurt because I said something bad about their guitar that they already own. They will ask a question, but you know it's because they want to hear what they want to hear because they just bought the thing that you're already reviewing. Or they agree with the video because you like the same thing they like. But if you don't like the same thing they like, then you're wrong. So we talked about this a little bit last week, but just in a different context. And that's human personalities. That's what we do. I get it. But as a community service, look at somebody like what he does or what I do or anybody like that and just be like, no, I want to learn a thing. I want to know what's going on. And I want to know outside of my own limited perspective because I don't know everything about the guitar industry like I think I do because I read it in a Facebook group. You can make the world a better place. And I see now we have 4 thumbs downs, but I don't care. I do not care. I was just telling Leslie this morning, you know what? I don't care about subscribers anymore. I don't care about view counts anymore. I don't care about any of it. I don't, because I'm going to make the videos I want to make. I'm going to talk about the stuff I want to talk about, and we're going to make really good pickups. And the people that like what we do are going to support us, and the people that don't, see ya. And you don't need to make an announcement in the comments that you're leaving or you're unsubscribing. I don't care. Thank you for the amount of time that you were here. Yeah, this whole KDH thing got me in a real mood because I was like, I like this guy. And I keep seeing all this negativity about him. And I'm like, he is doing the right thing, man. He is doing the right thing. And the reason he's popular is not because of clickbait. Because if it was clickbait, then nobody would watch his latest videos. People want to know. People want to know about victory amps. They want to know. And after a while, you can trust a guy that he's going to actually go and do the research and figure it out. And I really, really like that. I really like it a lot. I think it's really cool. And I commend anybody who approaches life like that. If you're a headline reader, if you're somebody that's just going to come in here and drop your troll and leave, then just leave. Don't come back. I don't care. And just so you know, this is my YouTube channel. I make videos because they're fun. And I make videos to sell pickups. Because like Lee Anderson said, that's the other thing I like. Lee Anderson made a video too. And he's like, look, this is a promotional tool for our website. I'm like, exactly. I have a YouTube channel because I sell pickups. If you don't like that, then don't watch YouTube, because you know what? This junk ain't free. There is nothing free. People are getting paid. And if you want to get paid, pick up your camera and hit record. The only difference between me and you, and I say this a lot too, the only difference between me and you as a guitar player or as somebody who knows something about pickups, or you could learn anything. I don't know. I don't know what you know. I don't. So maybe you know about car insurance. Maybe you know about washing windows. Maybe you know about how to make grass grow. I would love to know that. How to keep your plants alive without killing them in the house. Maybe you know about bicycles. Maybe you know about, I don't know, how stuff is made. I don't know. Whatever you know. The only difference between me and you is I have hit record and upload 1,300 times about something that I know something about. If you did the same thing, you would be in the same spot I'm in, and you would be having the same conversation that I'm having about morons in the comments who don't like that you advertise a product in your video. So, just keeping it all superhuman. And what I'm saying is super harsh. And now we have 7 thumbs downs. And you're going to be like, I can't believe he's talking to his viewers like that. Okay. Let's break this down. I am talking to my viewers like that, yes. But I'm not talking to my customers or my potential customers like that. And there is a difference. Because when you identify with somebody who's like, yeah, I have the same values as him. I do want to know about the truth. I do want to know what's really going on. I like somebody who doesn't BS around and who actually tells the truth. Somebody like KDH, for example. If KDH sold a product, I would buy it. But I'm talking about me now. Then yeah, I identify with that person and I would support that person. That's who I'm talking to. But I'm also talking to the person who is like, I think this guy's a jerk. Because that person also needs to be told, hey, look in the mirror, bro. Yeah. I admitted I was not a fan of KDH after the Rob Chapman video from years ago. Me either. That's the one that made me not like him. But was spot on with Victory, and I had no idea that Lee was vested. It makes Victory reviews on Anderson very jaded. So your synopsis was exactly what mine was. And in fact, I actually said to Leslie, I said, you know what? I'm going to go back before I went down this whole rabbit hole. I was like, I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch the Chapman video that kind of annoyed me and I thought this guy was a jerk. And then I'm going to watch a bunch of them. And she's like, why? And I'm like, because I'm doing the same thing that people do to me. They might see a ranty video like today's video and think I'm an absolute jerk. And that's the only one they see, and they form the opinion based on that. And they don't know that I'm actually super cool. And for those of you that don't think so, you're lost. Sorry. But all of my friends in the comments will tell you, we have a lot of fun when we hang out. So I will, I will do the same thing. I will not write this guy off over a video that may not be his best, may not have been his best moment. He may have been a little ranty like I am today. And I'm going to be like, I'm not going to just discount him for that one video. Let me go back and look at all his other stuff. And I'm like, wow, this guy is super valuable. So what you did, I forget who said that just now, but I think that's really cool. And I think that you recognize you did and see the exact point of this entire conversation today. I really appreciate that very much because that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about looking at bigger picture stuff, not snapshotting one thing and just being like, this is the way this is. Um, there's a bunch of YouTube channels and content and movies and, you know, like on Netflix, I'll give it 3 episodes before I decide if I don't like a show or not because I'm not sure. I give it a chance a little bit. But I think a lot of people are super impatient. And I also think that if they have to step too far outside of their personal opinion and actually learn a thing, that they get uncomfortable with that and don't want to do it. I think one of the big things is I think when we challenge guitar tradition, uh, we get a lot of thumbs down surrounding that. And I don't care because tradition doesn't make music. You make music. You know, I mean, let's face it. And your favorite music was made on the worst guitars. Guitars are better now. So, that's the thing. Let's see. Yeah, people are talking about this whole Chapman thing. No, I just think it's important. I think it's important to look at all of this stuff. Uh, and it sounds like there's some people that have been not aware of what has gone on with certain companies, and maybe certain people don't care what goes on with certain companies. It's possible. I know that's true of me. I know that there are certain things that I can't fight. None of us, we're humans. None of us can fight every fight. So you can't just be like, all right, so that company said that about this, so therefore I can't buy that. But now they also make this beer, this water, this bread, this food, and all of a sudden I can't eat anything if I hold to this one thing. You know what I mean? Like, so you kind of have to pick your battles, right? And so I can't pick every battle either. But at the same time, it's important to look at it and at least know what is important to you. That's what I think. I think at least know what's important to you. And if you have an opinion, this is what Leslie tells the kids all the time. If you have an opinion, know why you have it, know where you got it, and be able to back it up. If you tell me you believe in Tonewood, come at me with everything. Okay? I don't care what you believe. Doesn't matter. This is not religion. This tone stuff, this guitar stuff is not religion, and it's not politics. Even though you treat it like that, it's not. So just relax and enjoy what you're doing and tell me your opinion. But be able to back it up and don't tell me something you read on a forum on Facebook because that's BS. I don't know why guitarists are seemingly allergic to accountability. I think that's a lot of people. I I think that's a lot of people in general, but I think in this community, I think it's a thing that could be worked on. And what's really cool is I like all the people in the comments right now who are like, yeah, you're right. There's 9 jokers that aren't, but that's okay. They're still watching. All the thumbs down Franks are still watching. You know they are. I would like KDH to dig into Harley Benton and their ethics you and others mention and make implications, but no explicit accusations. I'd like to know what's actually going on there. Well, I'll tell you what's going on. That's easy. Intellectual property rules where those guitars are made are basically non-existent. So you cannot, they do not respect other guitar brands' intellectual property. That's number one. Number two, they do not have, let me say this, to my knowledge, and I have some pretty good knowledge, I have not seen, and I know that there are gaps in their acquisition of materials and the ethics of their acquisition of materials to make their guitars. So, and I have that on, I can make a call right now or shoot a dude a text and he would be able to tell me. But sometimes a lot of that stuff, they don't, it would be, let's just say that's all I don't know. That's all I could really say about it. But it's also, for example, Harley Benton's not sold in the United States, right? They're sold through Thomann, and you got to order them through Thomann. Why is that? Because they can't sell them in the United States. Not in the same way, anyway. I mean, they can get them here. But and people think my thing about these cheap guitars is about quality. I don't care about quality. If the guitar's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. Like that, guitar quality is, I don't know, guitar quality is a dumb argument, in my opinion. I think people that complain about guitar quality are wasting their time, and I think they're putting way too much negative energy into the internet, because the percentage, it's typically 5% or less of all instruments made have some sort of legitimate quality control issue. The problem is that 100% of those get talked about in Facebook groups, and not really. So the scalability of social media has made it to where one dude with some wacky finish thing on a PRS, because we've seen it. We see the same posts about something for 10 years. And I know that there's more problems than that. I know that there are more problems than that. But on the whole, with the hundreds of thousands of instruments made daily around the world, poor quality is largely a non-issue. Social media makes it sound way worse than it is. It's largely a non-issue. I don't, and there is no issue. Okay, there is no issue. If you buy, and I've said this before, if you buy anything else that doesn't work right, what do? You take it back to Best Buy. You take it back to wherever you bought it from. You'd be like, look, bro, it don't work. I had some earbuds, and I had them for like 1 month, and the batteries, they got kind of crackly, and there was a rattle inside. Oh, okay. Well, we'll return them, and we'll exchange them. We'll give you a new one. Okay. Sounds good. No problem. Or, I had a Dyson something, and they sent me the parts to fix it, and I fixed it. Right? As long as the customer service is good, quality control doesn't matter. Because the percentage is so low of bad instruments that A, it doesn't really matter anyway in the grand scheme of the whole world. And B, if the customer service is good, it's no big deal. And if you have a good dealer, then that's way easier than anything, right? And if you get a guitar that's bad, return it. It's not that hard. You just put it back in the box, you call the people, and you send it back. And if the guitar company that you bought it from doesn't like to do that, buy it from a different guitar company. Sweetwater is great about that. Link in the description. I do make some commission from those affiliate links. See? So that's all that stuff is stupid. I think if you just don't argue about it, if you just do it, there's no reason to post about it on Facebook. There's no reason to put it in a guitar group and bring the entire world down because you had a little Frautspret on your Fender Stratocaster. Send it back. Or take 10 minutes to watch a video, learn how to do it, and fix it yourself in 10 minutes. I mean, like, I don't know. I just think people make way too big a trouble about this. Shark is better than Dyson. I've had both. And that to me, okay, Shark Dyson thing, I like Shark's floor vacuum better, but I like Dyson's smaller vacuums better. So it's kind of a tool difference thing for me. Let's see. I like all these thumbs downs today. Thumbs downs are fun. It means I'm getting to you. It means that you are having to think about something that you didn't have to think about this morning when you woke up. And I like that. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I really, really like that. Today, it makes me happy. Foam and tome and whatever, I don't care. I'm not going to buy a Harley Benton. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. So, octopus ears, you could disagree all you want, but it's the law. In Britain, it's the law. It's the law. If you have, and it's the law here too. If you have a uh, if you have a financial connection to a product you are promoting, you have to disclose it. It's the law. It's different in the United States. I don't have to say. Um, let me think about this. So, if I'm trying to sell you a product, like, or if I'm trying to, okay, if StuMac gives me a tool for free and I'm reviewing it, I have to disclose in the video. There's a little thing on the top at the beginning of the video that says includes paid promotion. Usually, the technically that's just for money exchanges, but usually in this business it's product exchanges. So if somebody gives me a guitar, if somebody gives me a tool or whatever, and I'm doing a review on that product, I have to disclose that. In England, if I own part of it, I don't have to. But in England, apparently, because he showed all the stuff, you do. So because Lee Anderson is part owner in that company, he needs to disclose to his viewers that in fact, the whatever their FTC, their Federal Trade Commission, I don't know what they call it, ASA something, um, are making him do that from now on. So it's important. It's important to disclose that stuff. And why wouldn't you? Because you should just be honest about things. You should always be honest about everything. So I don't know why you would hide any of it. This is about consumer trust. And Lee might have felt differently about it, and now he feels differently. I would buy an amp from him. I don't. I have no ill feelings towards the guy about it. If you legitimately cheat me, I'll be pissed. Or if you legitimately lie to me, I'll be pissed. But in a case like that, I could see what he was trying to do, and okay, maybe he did something different. He made a video about it. I think it's cool. I just think you have to be honest with people. And when people are trying to hold you accountable for stuff, that's the thing. What's interesting about making content on the internet, people are constantly holding me accountable. Like if I say one thing wrong, if I say the thread pitch of a screw wrong, if I say the specification on neck relief on a particular guitar wrong, if I could be a couple thousandths off, people will jump in the comments and hold you accountable for that, which is totally cool because that's why. And it's funny because we get ridiculed for being, me specifically, for being arrogant about what I know. What's funny about that is I don't care. I want to continue to learn. So if a person wants to continue to learn, they're automatically not arrogant. That's kind of how that works. But two, that's one. But two, the reason I tried to be so sure about things is because I know that people will hold us accountable when we make the video. So we try to really be right about stuff. Not because I want to be right, but because I don't want to be inaccurate. I don't want to spread inaccuracies. Sometimes it inadvertently happens. Sometimes I do it. I mean, we all do it. It's, you make mistakes. But I don't ever purposely spread inaccuracy. I think it's really important to not do that. But what I think is funny is that the viewer does not let me hold them accountable. So somebody will say in the comments, "You're wrong about this, blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, prove it. Show me. If I'm wrong, I'll make another video. But nobody ever wants to do it. They just want to bark and make noise and troll, but they don't want to be held accountable. And people will get pissed at me for holding them accountable. But you hold me accountable for every little friggin' thing. So we're all just human beings. And that's what I love about this community that we have here, because I think most of the people that, frequent this community appreciate that. And I think it's really cool. I think y'all are awesome. I really do. Let's see. I think the other thing too with the Lee Anderton thing is, it's possible that because of the business, I don't know how. Of course, it's a different country, so I'm kind of speaking out of my butt here. I'm not sure. I'm just going to say I'm not sure. I don't know, but it's possible that because he said it wasn't a limited liability company, whatever business structure he had, where he actually wasn't technically like connected to it, it's possible that he thought it was fine. I get why people were upset about it. I get why they were, but it's possible that he probably just thought it was fine because of the way it worked. If I make an investment in a company, and I have, I don't need to disclose that. The thing is, if I made a guitar pick, if I made an investment in a guitar company, and then started advertising that guitar a bunch, I'm going to say how I'm involved. For example, when we did the collaboration stuff with Texas Toast Guitars, we sold like 17 guitars in like 4 days. But I told everybody, I was like, I do financially benefit from this because I'm putting pickups in these guitars. I don't make any money off the guitars, but I do sell them the pickups. So it's not that it's not my guitar company. But I did make a few bucks because I sold the pickups to them at dealer cost. So there is that connection. So I do want to, be honest about that. I think it's important. Straw man? What is a straw man anyway? Maybe I am ignorant to that. Social media has created a bunch of people who never have to consider that what they could say could result in a fat lip. Polite conversation is a dying art. I don't care about actually working out with any violence. I wouldn't hit anybody or anything, or even say anything angry to anybody ever. Like I don't care about that. But I will speak to you like a human being. I did it today. Somebody got in the comments and was like, "You're a fraud because you're not a very good guitar player. How can I trust your opinions on guitar stuff?" And so again, holding a viewer accountable. I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm not that great a guitar player. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. Um, Feel free to link your guitar channel so we can see your playing. And if you think I'm a fraud, if you think I'm a fake, I can assure you that I'm very real. Get in touch. Let's have a real conversation, like people, like actual people, not in a comment section. And I'll have a beer with anybody once and show you how human I am. And if you still believe that you're right about your moron comment, I didn't say this part, I'm saying it to you now. If after all that, and we have a beer together, and I'll probably buy, you know, um, at least the first round. Um, if you still think that about me, that's okay. I don't care. But if you're trying to act tough from the anonymity of a comment section, I have very little respect for that. You're a perfectly fine guitar player. Nah, whatever. I don't care. Let's see. Thank you for saying that, but I know it's not totally true. Uh, Strawman is a bad faith, weak representation of your opponent's position. Instead of confronting your opponent, you make a straw man of his position and attack the straw man you've made of his argument. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, so maybe people are accusing me of doing that. What's really funny is, accuse me all you want. You know where to find me. I will have an intelligent conversation about anything that ever comes up in a video one on one with a human being. 100%. Absolutely. I have zero fear of, um, let's see, how do I say this? I have zero fear of being embarrassed by what I think about something. I have zero fear of offending a person because that's not my job. As long as I'm telling you and being honest with you, then it's your job to take offense or not take offense. Taking offense is a verb. So that's not my responsibility how offended you get when I'm trying to tell you the truth. So I have no fear of those things. Um, do I have fear of losing customers? Do I have fear of losing viewers? Do I have fear of the 10 down thumbs that we have right now? Nope, not at all. Because I know that there's enough good people in the world, and I have confidence in it, that there's enough good people in the world to support what we do. That's it. And if this business ever got to the point where I was like, screw it, I'm done, I'll just go do something else. Not that I want to, because this is fun. This is the funnest thing I've ever. Riding motorcycles for a living was pretty dang fun too. But I worked for it's 10 years. We have been doing this for 10 years, and I'm really really happy about it. I was talking to one of my buddies, Anthony Sims from Lucky Dog Guitars. Him and I met at NAM in 2014 or 2015. We met for the first time, and we're real good friends now. But we were talking, I don't know, this was a few months ago. And we're like, you go to NAM now, how many people are there that started the same time we did that are still around? And there isn't very many. And it's really, really cool to have the support of everybody. I mean, I think he's got a 3-year waiting list for guitars at Lucky Dog Guitars. I think his wife just quit her job to work at the company. That's really cool. We've got there's 3 of us here now, doing this stuff. Um, I think it's so cool that we're able to do this for 10 years. So I have every confidence that we will continue to do what we do. Um, but I think the values behind that are really important. And I know that there's going to be people that all they want to know is how to stop fret buzz in a video, and they don't care about a video like this. But I saw that KDH stuff, and I was like, you know what? I like that dude. I like him a lot, and here's why. And it just opens up an entire thought process, an entire kind of I don't know what you want to call it, but I really went down this whole road of like, yeah, who am I? Why do I do this? How do I do this? And yeah, I like this. I like the way we do it. Um, and it was confirming for me to watch his stuff and be like, yeah, you don't have to care about views. You don't have to care about anything. Just make good stuff and make fun videos. Make videos that you enjoy making. Um, and love the people that love you. Like for the 10 people who have given me thumbs down, who are actually still here watching, because I know they didn't click away, because that's how you are. There's 109 thumbs up. How many people do we have watching this right now? 160 people. Thank you to you 150 who didn't thumbs down me. I appreciate you a lot. And actually, I appreciate you thumbs down folks too. I do, because you took time out of your day to come and watch this. And anyway, I just think it's really, really cool. I think it's really cool. Gaslighting is when you win an argument and the other person is mad about it. No, that's not what gaslighting is, dude. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thumbs up. Let's see. Oh, wow. Thanks for all the thumbs up, guys. I appreciate it. Let's see. And for the most part, I need your pickups for my SG build. I'd love to support your business. I want Angus tone. Yeah, get a set of our DAFs from DylanTalksTone.com. Link in the description, and you will dig them a lot. Yep. Ooh, rusty fenders. So somehow the engineers that made the engine in F1 cars also have to be the best driver in the world? Fair point, sir. Shots fired. Love it. Do you ever see the email about the tapping splits? Oh, I did. We currently will not be doing that. Maybe later this year. He's talking about P90 coil splits, coil taps. I want to do it. We're actually having a problem with P90s right now. Getting them. So we have a good supply still, so you can order them if you want. It's no big deal. But I always try to keep way ahead on that stuff. So yeah, we will be. Yeah, y'all should look up what gaslighting actually is. It's not anything what you're talking about. Whatever happened to no fear shirts? Yeah, right. Oh, super chat. Van Shank Guitars. Thanks for the super chat, sir. Still here. Thanks, Van Shank. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thanks for the super chat. Yeah. No, this is awesome. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I just love chatting about this stuff. I think it's cool. And when I can look at what other people are doing, sometimes I don't actually watch guitar YouTube that much. I watch a lot of other stuff, but I don't typically watch guitar YouTube that much. Mostly because I want to do my own thing. I think, in fact, KDH had a video about this, about how guitar marketing works on YouTube, where everybody makes the same video on the same day. And I don't like that format either. He made a whole thing about that, and he doesn't like it either. I totally agree. Um, so I make the stuff that I find interesting. Do I try to put good thumbnails on it and title it properly so hopefully somebody on YouTube picks it up and it's a decent, does decent? Yeah, but it doesn't usually ever work for me very well. Um, you know, we don't we obviously cannot support um, we obviously can't support ourselves. YouTube doesn't pay my bills. So that's the thing here. So it's kind of funny. Don't usually do these after hours on Tuesday, after Texas Toast on Tuesdays. No, we do this podcast thing every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, and then we have a live stream Q&A every Thursday night. So now you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for hanging out today, and hopefully we will see some of you back next time, because like I said, 10 thumbs downs, but I love y'all. We will see you in the next video.